The Lion and the Mouse. Once upon a time, in the lush savanna of West Africa, there was a majestic lion who ruled over his territory. One day, as he roamed in search of food, he spotted a small mouse going about its business near a bush. The lion, sensing an opportunity for an easy meal, leaped with agility and captured the mouse in a single swipe of his paw. The trembling mouse looked the lion in the eye and said in a weak voice, "O king of the savannah, I beg you, spare my life. One day I may be of service to you, and you will not regret it." Amused by the idea that this little creature could be of any use to him, the lion decided to release the mouse. He let his prey go with a laugh, thinking that this insignificant mouse could never be of help to him. Days passed, and the lion, completely forgetting the incident, continued to rule the savannah. However, one day, while he was hunting near a clearing, he found himself suddenly trapped. Hunters had set a cunning net, capturing the powerful lion and holding him captive. The lion roared in anger and struggled, but the more he fought, the tighter the bonds constricted. He began to lose hope, realizing he was ensnared. That's when a tiny shadow approached him. It was the little mouse he had once set free. The mouse, skillfully weaving through the net, began to gnaw at the ropes with surprising determination. The lion, initially astonished by the mouse's audacity, watched in disbelief as the small creature systematically chewed through the ties that held him prisoner. With infinite patience, the mouse freed the lion from his trap. Once the bonds were broken, the lion turned to the mouse and said with admiration, "I didn't believe you would be able to save me. You are small, but your gratitude is immense. You have proven that even the smallest of beings can render a great service." The mouse humbly smiled and said, "Remember, O king of the savannah, that kindness and gratitude are not determined by size. We are all connected in the web of life, and sometimes it's the smallest of creatures that can offer the greatest help." Touched by this unexpected lesson, the lion acknowledged the truth in the mouse's words. He understood that greatness is not only found in physical strength, but also in kindness, gratitude, and the ability to recognize the worth of every being, regardless of size. From that day on, the lion and the mouse became friends, and the lion learned to respect all creatures of the savannah, big and small. And thus, the story of the lion and the mouse was passed down from generation to generation as a powerful reminder that true strength often lies where least expected. The Sleep Merchant. Once upon a time, in a village nestled somewhere in North Africa, there existed a mysterious sleep merchant. This merchant was known for selling dreams to villagers thirsty for adventure and new nocturnal experiences. Everyone could visit his shop, choose a dream from the varied shelves, and depart with a night full of dreamy promises. Among the dreams offered, there was one that captured the attention of villagers while also instilling a sense of apprehension. It was a mysterious dream, one that nobody dared to speak of or even imagine. It was said that those who dared to purchase this dream entered a fantastical world, an unknown realm where extraordinary trials awaited them. One day, a curious young man, driven by a thirst for adventure and a desire to explore the unknown, decided to step into the sleep merchant's shop. He stood before a collection of dreams of diverse shapes and colors. Villagers whispered among themselves, sharing stories and rumors about this mysterious dream. Intrigued, the young man approached the merchant and asked to buy the mysterious dream. The merchant's eyes gleamed with an enigmatic light, but he agreed to the transaction. The young man received a simple vial of sleep, similar to those containing ordinary dreams, yet carrying extraordinary potential. When night fell, the young man consumed the contents of the vial and found himself transported into the realm of the mysterious dream. Suddenly, he was in a fantastical kingdom where celestial mountains touched the sky and serpentine rivers of light wound through crystal trees. It was a world of surreal beauty, but the young man quickly realized that he wasn't there merely to admire the splendor. As he explored this mysterious realm, the young man faced complex trials and unexpected challenges. He had to solve puzzles, overcome obstacles, and learn profound life lessons. Each challenge brought him closer to understanding himself and the world around him. Time flowed differently in this realm, and the young man felt like he lived multiple lives. He formed friendships with fantastical creatures, discovered hidden powers within himself, and understood the importance of perseverance, compassion, and wisdom. Eventually, after overcoming all the trials, the young man woke up in his bed, back in the village. The empty vial rested beside him. Villagers, who had not seen those daring enough to buy the mysterious dream return, surrounded him with astonishment. The transformed young man shared his dream adventures with the village. He explained how the unknown, far from being a source of fear, was an opportunity for adventure and personal growth. His courage to face the unknown had led him to profound discoveries about himself and the world. Thus, the tale of the sleep merchant and the mysterious dream became a legend in the village, reminding everyone that sometimes the greatest treacherous lie in the unknown and that adventure can be the path to personal growth. The Tortoise and the Hare. Once upon a time, in the vast plains of East Africa, there lived a hare as swift as lightning and a tortoise slow but determined. Despite their differences, both animals peacefully coexisted in the same animal community. One day, as the hare boasted about its speed, it began to mock the tortoise's slowness. The tortoise, though aware of its own slowness, did not let the taunts discourage it. Instead, it took the mockery as a challenge. The overconfident hare, unable to fathom that a tortoise could compete with its speed, agreed to challenge the tortoise to a race. News of the race quickly spread throughout the savannah, and all the animals gathered to witness this unexpected contest between the hare and the tortoise. The starting line was drawn, and excitement filled the air. The race began, and the hare leaped forward with dazzling speed. The tortoise, on the other hand, moved slowly but steadily. The hare, confident of its imminent victory, decided to take a break and rest halfway through. After all, he thought, the tortoise was so far behind that there was plenty of time for a nap. While the hare dozed in the shade of a tree, the tortoise continued on its path relentlessly. It moved at its own pace, ignoring the laughter and mockery echoing behind it. Other animals, surprised by the tortoise's determination, began to cheer for it. As time passed, the hare, waking up abruptly, realized with horror that the tortoise was no longer as far behind as he had assumed. He sprinted with all his might to make up for lost time, but it was too late. The tortoise, with its tireless perseverance, crossed the finish line before the panting hare. The animals, astonished, realized that the tortoise had won the race. The humble tortoise explained that consistency and perseverance are often more important than fleeting speed. The hare, ashamed of its arrogance, learned a valuable lesson that day. It understood that underestimating others, based solely on superficial appearances, could lead to failure. the animal community itself learned to respect the tortoise for its determination and not to judge others solely on outward traits. Thus, the story of the tortoise and the hare was passed down from generation to generation as a reminder of the importance of perseverance, humility, and never underestimating the abilities of others. Il y était une fois, dans un village d'Afrique de l'Ouest, une femme qui découvrit un secret mystérieux concernant son mari. Un jour, en fouillant la maison, elle tomba sur un pot de cire magique soigneusement dissimulé dans un coin. Intriguée, elle l'examina de plus près et réalisa qu'il renfermait un pouvoir extraordinaire. Lorsqu'elle prononçait certaines paroles spécifiques, le pot de cire lui permettait de donner des ordres à n'importe quel objet ou être vivant pour qu'il se transforme selon sa volonté. C'était un don puissant, mais aussi délicat, qui exigeait de la sagesse et de la modération dans son utilisation. Au début, la femme, émerveillée par le pouvoir entre ses mains, s'en servit avec précaution. Elle demanda à des fleurs de changer de couleur, à des oiseaux de chanter des mélodies douces, et même à des nuages de former des dessins dans le ciel. Les villageois étaient éblouis par ces phénomènes étranges mais charmants. Cependant, au fil du temps, la femme commença à être consumée par la tentation de son pouvoir. Elle se mit à donner des ordres frivoles et capricieux. Elle transforma des objets utiles en choses inutiles, provoquant des rires au début, mais bientôt des soupirs d'exaspération. Les arbres, autrefois majestueux, furent transformés en animaux en bois sans vie. Les rivières, qui murmuraient des chansons apaisantes, furent transformées en cascades bruyantes et tumultueuses. Les villageois, autrefois amusés par les tours de la femme, commencèrent à ressentir les conséquences de ces actions. Les animaux du village, soumis à des transformations constantes, commencèrent à se méfier de la femme. Les fleurs, autrefois épanouies, fanèrent sous le poids des changements constants. La sérénité du village se transforma en chaos, et les villageois vinrent demander des explications à la femme. C'est alors que la femme, réalisant les erreurs qu'elle avait commises, ressentit un profond regret. Elle comprit que le pouvoir qu'elle détenait devait être utilisé avec sagesse et modération. Elle décida de mettre fin à cette folie en prononçant des paroles apaisantes et réversibles. Les transformations furent annulées, mais les traces de ces actions restaient visibles. Les villageois, bien que pardonnant à la femme, lui rappelèrent la leçon précieuse qu'elle avait apprise. Elle avait découvert que le pouvoir ne devait pas être utilisé de manière irresponsable et que la modération et la sagesse étaient essentielles même lorsque l'on possède des dons extraordinaires. La femme, humble et transformée par cette expérience, s'engagea à utiliser son don avec prudence. Elle consacra son pouvoir à des actions bénéfiques pour le village, favorisant la croissance plutôt que le changement constant. Sa transformation personnelle devint un exemple pour tous, rappelant que la sagesse et la modération sont des vertus précieuses, même lorsque l'on détient des pouvoirs exceptionnels. Ainsi, le village retrouva son harmonie, et l'histoire de la femme et du pot de cire devint une légende transmise de génération en génération.